Here's a quick update on our weather across to the United States, North America, Southern Canada. We have this East Coast system exiting the area. We've had snowfall amounts anywhere from 2 to 4 inches across, especially Harrisburg, up through Allentown, extending up towards northern New Jersey, and even some areas 1 to 3 inches across southeastern and southern New England here. And we have some 1-inch amounts back here in West Virginia, and 1 to 3 inches across Maryland and northern Virginia here, where we did have that system move through last night and early this morning. But that is moving out, and we're going to set in for a very, should I say, boring weather pattern for most of the east from the plains on eastward. After this system completely moves out, we got a bunch of rain here down in here in the Carolinas and North Florida, but that's about it. Here's where the attention is going to be. This huge system off the coast, the west coast here, and we're going to start becoming stormy again as the pattern switches from a trough in the east and a ridge in the west to a trough in the west to a trough in the east, or a ridge in the east. So we're going to switch patterns here. And the west coast, this system's going to come barreling in. It's going to set the stage for lots of rain and a lot of wind. We have wind advisories up and down the Washington, Oregon, and California coast. It looks like Northern California could get most of the major problems, though, with it, flooding and a lot of wind. Now, Oregon will get some wind, but it won't be as bad as in Northern California. And we've got some winter weather advisories for the Sierra Nevada mountains here, where we could get upwards of 4 to 8 inches and locally higher amounts to 1 to 2 feet above 6,000 feet here. This is, most of the accumulations will be above 6,000 feet, and expect blizzard-like conditions through the Sierra Nevadas here. So the big focus is going to be the west. You can see temperatures across the country right now. We've got 30s across the Great Lakes, 20s and teens in the northern plains. Here in Texas, it continues to be warm, 50s, 60s, and the same for the southeast. Across the west coast here, we've got anything from 30s, 40s, 30s in the mountains, 40s and 50s, pretty much across most of the Pacific Northwest, and across Southern California, 50s and 60s, with some 70s here in Arizona. So that's what we have going on here across the lower 48. Southern Canada is pretty cold. Pretty much from the west coast of Canada to the east coast of Canada, we're looking temperatures hovering pretty chilly, teens and 20s, which is below 0 degrees Celsius. We're talking -10, -15 degrees Celsius in many areas of Canada. So let's take a look at precipitation models here. Most of the east, this is going to be clearing out for the most part. Here's where the west here. Northern California, upwards of 9 inches near Eureka, just west of Redding, these areas west of Sacramento, just north of San Francisco. This area right in through here will likely be getting the 8 to 10 inch range, with 3 inches up towards Portland. And this, keep in mind, this is a 5-day outlook, so your range should be spread out fairly even around the Portland through Klamath Falls and Medford areas, and then heading up towards Seattle. A pretty normal pattern. It's Northern California where the bullseye of the precipitation is going to be. So we'll look for some possible flooding, not major flooding, but some flooding in North California here, Northern California. So I'm meteorologist Mark Muller. We'll keep an eye on that system on the west coast. Like us on Facebook at MeteoMark.